All right.
Yes. Oh, wow.
Should we ask the classic question? Can you hear us? Can you see us? Can you see the screen?
Can you see my face?
Am I here? Can I see y'all?
Okay,
All
well,
right.
no more time wasted. It's been a long week.
And we know you guys have been so busy. And it's been incredible to see y'all like in your element of design and taking on this challenge. Not to mention on top of midterm week, like y'all,
Yeah,
that's crazy and you did it.
absolutely nuts. Also, next year, we totally got to make like startup like stress balls because I know I definitely needed one.
Yes, for
I
sure.
definitely needed one.
Well, especially this year, all of you blew us away with your talent and teamwork, and most of all, your respect. You have been so patient with us, and we are so lucky to have understanding students like you participating in this competition. So thank you all. And like we saw people answering questions in the Discord if we couldn't get to them. Like that is true teamwork right there. Thank you from both of us.
Yeah. So absolutely. I mean, everything said, we just can't thank you enough. Okay. Woo. Everybody breathe, get yourself, it's the big day. You know, everything has built up to this moment. Welcome to StartUp 2022 Finals.
Woo!
All right, so first, give yourselves a big round of applause. You know, we know you guys deserve it most of all.
Woo!
Yes. And of course, you know, we have to do it. Thank you, especially to our sponsors.
Yes. First off, thank you, Gulfstream. You are all amazing and we loved working with you. And it was such a cool opportunity to be able to pair with a world-leading creative industry that's located right here in Savannah.
Absolutely, yeah.
It was an incredible experience. Yay, Gulfstream! Woo!
Yes. And of course, thank you again to CETA. So they're our signature sponsor, again, a loyal sponsor for us for StartUp, and our love to Jen, of course. We appreciate your continuous support in helping us pull off this incredible experience for our students every year. If you're interested in creative jobs in your community, check out CETA at the Creative Coast's website.
Woo!
Definitely deserve a big round of applause. They did give us our prize money. So.
Yes. All right. And of course, our lovely mentors. Yes. Do we have any mentors in the audience tuning in? Or give your mentor a shout out.
Oh my gosh.
Drop their name.
Yeah.
Yes. Yay.
Yes. Oh.
Did y'all get to bond with your mentors? Yes. Oh my gosh, yes. I'm seeing a lot of Dane. He took on 3 teams.
Kylie. Casey, yes.
Angela, yes.
Alex.
A lot of Kylie. Kylie, it looks like you're an amazing, amazing mentor.
Yes, thank you so much for your mentors. We've really appreciated you helping our teams throughout this week, and your perspectives are always appreciated. Teams, make sure to send your mentors a thank you after startup, and I'm sure they're super proud of you. Make sure to get the connection to connect over LinkedIn, connect over email. They're friends for life.
Absolutely. All right, and judges, I know you have been working really hard today.
Yeah.
And you had to make some really tough decisions on what teams to push forward. And I'm sure this isn't the first time you've heard this, but thank you so much for being here today. All of your experiences continue to inspire us, and your insight can help guide us to find our next steps in this crazy world of design. So teams, give a big round of applause for all of our judges and the time that they committed to this.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Yes. Yes.
Woo.
And then finally, of course, most importantly, thank you. Without you guys, without students, startup wouldn't exist. Yeah.
And teams, all right, this is really important. Actually, probably the most important info that you will get all week.
Yeah.
So we need you to reach out both arms in front of you. All right. Big stretch and just give yourself a hug. You deserve it. All right. Hug it out. If your teammates are there with you, give them a hug too. You all just did something incredible, something new, something difficult. It could be frustrating at times, but it's all so rewarding. And, startup is hard. We get that. We know that. And it means the world that you guys are here, again, during midterms week, participating in this. So no matter what happens from here, Startup 2022 seriously would not have existed without you all.
Yeah, nothing else to say. You guys are everything. No, there's nothing better than a long list of thank yous, right? I mean, like I said, there might be something. Numbers.
Woo!
We love numbers. So first of all, best thing ever, numbers. 93 teams signed up for Startup this year.
Whew.
And the amount of pitches, we had 296 minutes of pitches.
That's the same length as Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets for my Harry Potter fans out there.
Yeah. And what have we been doing?
Working hard to please you.
But yeah, we've sent out 1,500 emails this week. So, all to you, all love. I probably have typed my fingers sore. 1,500. That's a big amount.
There's something even bigger.
No way.
Yeah. We sent over 5,000 emails from the time we started planning Startup until now. I seriously don't know how we didn't break out. Look at this point. It's crazy.
That's so true. And next fun number,
Google Sheets. And most of you have noticed that we went over the file size limit very briefly in some points. And we got it fixed really fast, but needless to say, we were not expecting so many amazing videos. 4.6 gigabytes of amazing videos. And that's the same as 1.75 million emails. So we were close.
Yeah, no, we got pretty close to that number.
All right. But now it's time to get the ball rolling. We know why you're all here.
Yes, this is the most important part. So our theme this year was, obviously, where do we go from here? We challenged you to design for our theme, reflect on our past, and create something that could impact the world.
So you have all created a slide deck. You filled out a business model. Some of you have made an amazing 30-second video describing your product. And you all had a special wow factor. Again, that's a ton of work to get done in a week.
Yeah, so we all know what the Zoom is about. So we're just going to explain some of it for you. You all had outstanding pitches earlier today, and the judges were ecstatic to hear what you guys had to show them. It took them a long time to decide who to move to the top, and we're so excited to announce them.
So first, a little logistics. How are things going to run? So teams, if you were selected by your semifinalist judges to be on the final panel, then you will be called out live in front of the Zoom to present for the entirety of Startup. And how do we find how many people are in the chat now? Oof, nearly 300 people, plus some. I know people are joining as in groups. I mean, we have 5 in this room right now.
That's true.
So let's just triple that. No pressure.
No pressure at all.
And our final judges are getting excited. So we want you to introduce them all.
So here are the final judges. Chris Down, Chief Design Officer at Mattel.
Dean Nielsen, SCAD Pro Professor, ex-Deloitte, IBM, Amazon, and Google.
For Raya Medisma, the UX Manager at Shopify.
Jen Bonet, VP at CETA.
Lance Shields, Director of International Design at Adobe.
Fons Morris, Lead Product Designer at Netflix.
And Xerxes Arani, ex-Amazon, Facebook, and Veer.
Whew. This is a stellar group.
This is a stacked list of judges.
All right. Well, now's the time. Who's here? Team rep again. Who's going to win? Who is ready for finals?
Yeah, y'all getting your slide pitches ready? Get your slide decks ready to pull
get those up.
Same exact pitch as you gave before.
Yes.
All
right. We'll give you guys some time. Get everything ready.
You got to breathe a little here.
All right. Again, we're going to call one name. It doesn't mean if you place first, second, or third. We'll be calling 5 names in total. But once we call your team name, take over, share your screen, and give us the pitch of a lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And real quick, are all of our judges here. Do you guys want to unmute your videos? You can totally show your faces and give them a little glance
wave.
at, yeah.
Woo!
Who's judging them? Awesome. Okay, well, do you think it's time?
I think it's time. All right. First team to move on to finals. Oh,
Let's begin with
Woo!
Paragoros.
All right.
So guys, if you will, raise your hands in the Zoom audience and we will make sure. Awesome. So you guys should be promoted to panelists pretty soon here. Make sure that when you are, you're totally able to. Woo! Yes, hey.
Are you all on one computer?
Yes, we're all here.
Awesome.
Perfect. Okay, well, y'all can take it away. Can you screen share?
Yes, I just was able to do it. Oh.
All right, and again, you have 4 minutes once you start presenting, and same thing, 4-minute judge Q&A.
Awesome. Well, take us away, team.
You got it. Present. Oh my gosh. Okay, 1 second. Sorry, technical difficulty. Okay. I guess we can just do it from here because it won't let me present at the moment. You want to take it, Cloud?
Yeah. Hello, Sharks. We are Paragoros. My name is Claudia.
I'm Grigsby.
And I'm Tess. Sadly, 2 of our team members couldn't make it with us today, Jocelyn Webb and Greg, but they're with us in spirit.
We'd like to start with a quick video to introduce our problem and our solution.
The average person walks just 1.5 miles each day. Those experiencing extreme poverty and homelessness will walk up to 15, often without the support and security of quality footwear. Over time, exposed feet become vulnerable. The importance of clean and dry feet is so often overlooked. At Paragoros, we combine compassion and innovation with our creation of Soothe, a shoe designed with the homeless population in mind.
Now let's jump into the specifics of the problem and our solution. We were inspired by the issues that affect us not only locally, but globally as well. For those of you local to Savannah, we all know the extreme poverty and homelessness that's so prevalent in our community.
As a member of the U.S. Army, that was a super important thing to incorporate into our company, is helping homeless veterans specifically. So one of the primary issues affecting homeless veterans is mental health. And with that being said, we are Paragoros, and let's begin with who and what we are.
We have designed a shoe. The shoe will elevate the lives of both the homeless and the differently abled community.
We're taking the buy one, give one approach. As people continue to buy our shoes, there will be a constant flow of resources for charities and communities that partner with us. Consumers are also looking to support businesses that operate ethically in today's landscape.
We see the strength, perseverance, and hope that many individuals possess daily. This is what drives us to push our minds and show our compassion to a stranger.
And we hope this compassion is reflected in the design of our shoe. So allow me to intro to Paragoros Soothe.
Study shows that the main cause of foot disorders is inadequate footwear.
When designing our shoe, we wanted it to be both comfortable and innovative. So here's a list of our key features for the shoe, but I want to touch on a key feature that makes our shoe stand out from the rest, a knob that allows you to adjust the sizing, allowing for easier accessibility.
Another inspiration for the knob design came from the testimonials from members of the homeless community about how their shoes were stolen.
So here you can see our material breakdown on the left, as well as our budgetary breakdown on the right. One of the largest expenses for the shoe will be the upper portion, including the exterior shell, sizing knob, and flexible midsole.
As mentioned before, many of those exposed to homelessness experience mental health disorders. With our shoe, we've utilized reflexology, a zone therapy that can alleviate stress and anxiety.
We are providing accessible footwear for those experiencing chronic pain and stress. We strive to ease suffering and soothe the lives of all people, especially those in need. Before you judge the man or woman standing on the street, try walking a mile in their shoes. Thank you so much for your time, judges. We are so eager to hear your questions.
Oh,
Well done.
so good. Yes. Thank you guys so much. So now we will go into a 4-minute Q&A with the judges.
Yeah, well done. This is Xerxes. Hi, everyone. Love the idea. Nice ID on that business too. Yeah, well done. My question is, this shoe is designed with folks that don't have a home in mind. And so is there something that allows just a human being that like me who wants to buy this? Is there something that, like I saw marketing there, it was a big 25%, I think. How do you see this translating? What's the story? Is the story just exclusively that it's a BOGO situation and someone that doesn't, can't afford shoes or can't afford foot protection, you're giving them that? Is that the main thing, or is there something for the, the average consumer as well in there that you thought about?
Yeah, so actually our shoe can help with a different consumer market as well, being the people who are mobilely disadvantaged. There's also people who have chronic pain that stems from feet and it goes into back problems. So our other consumer market would be orthopedics, podiatrists, and people struggling from simple arthritis and mobility issues.
Awesome. And the reflexology helps everyone, right? Yes, that's
Yeah.
really good. Yeah. Well done. Good weave in on that one too. Yeah, that's not you had to research that and appreciate it. Yeah, it's cool.
Awesome. I actually witnessed my father at lunchtime getting winded from trying to put his shoes on, and he's got mobility issues. So I could buy a pair for him, and he had a pair of Tom's slip-ons, by the way. So there's definitely a market for that. Question whether or not you're considering being a for-profit entity or a nonprofit entity, or what kind of corporate structure are you considering?
Yeah, so when we were looking into the logistics, nonprofit worked very well. We knew we wanted to do the buy one, get one, because that's a constant stream of revenue and resources for the community. But with also the work of donations and investments from companies like Black Rifle, who invest in the homeless veterans community, and also with nonprofits like the Red Cross. And there's an endless stream of donation supply. So nonprofit would definitely be that decision.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Great product. Great product. I'm from New York, so I'm fully aware of the homelessness situation. My question is along the lines of what Jen was saying. Maybe you did discuss it and I just missed it. So do I buy a pair for me, and then because I buy a pair, somebody homeless gets a pair? That's the part that I didn't catch is, right. How does this work, or where does the money come from to even produce this thing?
Right. So we'd be focusing, our actual revenue would be focused on people suffering from chronic pain like sciatica. And looking at orthopedic shoes, a lot of them are so bulky and just not very slick looking. So it kind of doubles up as an orthopedic shoe. That's an alternative to the very expensive options that people have. So the idea was to produce a much less expensive, affordable shoe that people could have for these issues like sciatica and issues pertaining to that. And it makes it easier to put on because of the way it's designed. You'd be able to just slip your foot on. And if you have arthritis or trouble with your hands, you just need to spin the knob, and the knob would tighten the shoe snugly to your foot size specifically. So that's where the primary revenue would be coming from, is outside people. And
then for every shoe bought, there will be a shoe given, just like the Toms and the Bombas kind of business model. And then also just with investments, I know like a lot of companies invest in companies supporting their charities. So having those investments, we can also produce and give mass donations to our distribution centers, which we would love to partner with nonprofits. And that gives us a place to distribute, a team of distributors and people to serve.
All right, team and judges, that was 4 minutes, goes by quick. Yeah. Team, great job answering questions on the spot, and judges, great questions. All right, should we move forward?
Yes, let's get the next thing going.
Yes. All right. So if you could stop sharing your screen. Round of applause. From
Yes,
our end.
absolutely. That was crazy.
Yes.
I would
Thank
all
you.
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah. All right.
Yes, no, we can go back. Excellent. Okay.
All righty.
Wow.
All right. So that was team one. We have 4 to go. So who's the next team?
Well,
Any guesses?
yes.
Any guesses?
I wonder who you're gonna guess.
Can we do a little drum roll?
Zoom drum roll.
Woo! All right. Woo!
Team Kingswomen.
Yes, with Fable.
Yes.
Yay!
Awesome.
All right.
Perfect. Y'all
So
can
we'll stop
turn.
sharing again.
Oh, it's trying to filter. Yes.
Mhm. Hello.
Hello.
All right. Is your whole group here and ready to go?
I'm missing
Yeah.
one.
Okay.
Oh,
I guess
Maddie.
we're missing one. Yeah.
Yep, we're on it. Perfect. Awesome.
Yay. All right. Same as last team. Y'all can take over. The stage is yours and your timer will start.
Hello, we are Team Kingswomen. My name is Maddie, and my teammates are Adrian and Aaron. Sorry, we're having technical difficulties as well. I don't know what's going on. Okay. By 2050, Earth's population will reach 10 billion people. That means in the next 30 years, we need to increase our food production by 70%. And yet at this moment in time, we have less farmable soil than ever before. We only have 60 years of farmable soil left. So where can we look to in order to increase our food production, if not conventional agriculture? We grow it ourselves.
During the Great Depression, my great-grandparents raised their 9 children on a farm. This meant they could grow all their own food and eat fresh produce every day, even during the worst economic crisis in history. All 9 of their children continued farming their own food, passing down the practice from generation to generation. However, most of us don't have the time or space to grow our own produce. And if you're like me, you make a trip to the grocery store every week to buy your fruits and vegetables at an excessive price. But what you don't know is that by the time produce makes it to your table, it's severely nutrient deficient. Produce is actually healthiest during the first 24 hours after it's harvested. The journey from farm to table can take up to an entire year, with your food traveling over 1,500 miles and requiring chemical after chemical to prevent spoilage. To combat the inaccessibility of nutritious, fresh, and affordable produce, we're giving you the power to shorten the distance your food travels from 1,500 miles to 5 feet. What if we told you we could put a farm in your fridge?
Meet Fable, an all-in-one fridge and garden appliance. Fable functions as a regular fridge and freezer with the added bonus of a vertical hydroponic farm called the growing cell. The growing cell works as a tall vertical pull-out drawer that allows for the easy harvesting of plants. Compared to other products on the market, Fable is priced as a mid-range refrigerator at about $2,500. The average American spends $751 on fruits and vegetables every year, most of which gets thrown away before it's even eaten. That means Fable would pay for itself in about 3 years. The hydroponic system in the growing cell is set up with a nutrient film technique at the top, which is best for lightweight crops such as lettuce, microgreens, and herbs. The bottom half is used as a wick system that is more conducive to heavy plants like berries, cucumbers, and lemons. The shelves come with customizable top panels for you to choose what you want to grow, where. And the best part, the growing cell is almost completely self-sustaining. With a climate-controlled environment, users get the rewards of growing their own produce without all the work.
There are several more benefits to hydroponics, such as the fact that you can grow any plant anywhere in the world, any season of the year. And because the plant's needs are perfectly met, they grow faster too. Hydroponics uses no fertilizer or no weed killers, no pesticides because there's no soil, which also means there are no soil diseases and no water waste from drainage or runoff. When you use Fable, you're also reducing your carbon footprint. Because your food doesn't have to travel thousands of miles to reach your table, you're minimizing air pollution, fuel consumption from planes and trucks. It doesn't have to stop at a farm in your fridge. The future of Fable is a new appliance dedicated solely to the production of crops, or a smaller, more accessible version that can be housed in office spaces, college dorms, or cramped apartments. Imagine if we could reach into food deserts and provide a tool to food insecure communities so they can have nutrient-rich meals at their fingertips. The future of farming is hydroponic, and it's in your home, shortening the distance from farm to table. Fable.
Excellent.
Take my money. Take it.
Yeah, I know the first appliance I'm buying out of college.
Yeah. All right, we'll hand it over to the judges for your Q&A.
I mean, just a comment on the setup. I mean, first of all, striking fear in your audience in order to deliver them a solution, I think is pretty powerful. So nice job on that. I do have a question about like what's out there as far as hydroponics. Is the unique feature here that you're combining a refrigerator with an at-home hydroponic setup, or is it just something that isn't done or isn't available today?
Yes, currently what's out there are really expensive competitors that are about the size of a cube, or they're industrial versions. So that would go in like restaurants or warehouses. And none of them are affordable. They're like $9,000 for one little cube that has 8 plants. And with our product, you're not only getting an affordable in your fridge version, which means you don't have to have space in your kitchen for a new appliance, but you also have the heavyweight growing system, which none of our competitors use. By using that wick system of hydroponics, you also get to grow heavy things like cucumbers, strawberries, miniature fruits, when our competitors that are on the market and expensive can only grow lightweight things like lettuce and microgreens.
Awesome. Let's pass it over to Lance.
Hey guys, so I do a lot of international stuff, and you mentioned about deserts, and first of all, awesome 3D animation. It was rad. I wonder how this would work in developing countries where people don't have $9,000. I know you said it's not going to cost $9,000, but how can you make this affordable? What about people who don't have proper electricity? What is it? How does this work?
Yeah, so we were thinking in the future, obviously we started with the fridge idea and basing it to a residential market, but looking to the future, we thought that Fable as a company could expand into many different areas of customer bases by making a smaller version that could be transported easier, by making a version that's powered by more of a generator than an actual like home source. We had like a lot of ideas, but we wanted to start with the fridge at home system to build our startup and a company base with a very solid customer market. But yes, we did think about like other like international sources, food deserts, people who don't have resources to have their own fresh food, so stuff like that.
And I would like to add that this is a tool. It does pay for itself with the amount of money that you're saving in groceries and things like that.
All right, Farai, we also see that you have your hand up as well.
Oh, thanks. Dope concept. Thanks for sharing, Team Fable, or Team Kingswomen, shall I say. Food takes time to grow. And different foods take different times, and when you talk about this being able to pay for itself, how many meals am I over, let's say in a month, am I going to be able to get out of the Fable?
Sure. The number of meals specifically would depend on when you want to harvest it. So if you're growing lettuce in the top part, there are about 20 lettuce heads in the top half of the fridge, if that's what you choose to grow. And so when you want to eat a salad, you go into your fridge, you harvest what you want, and you leave the rest of it. So there would be a constant like regenerative cycle of like you only taking what you want and then the rest of it growing while you're eating the other ones. So it's kind of got this cycle of you get to eat it whenever you want. And the idea of having 20 lettuce heads in your fridge growing at the same time would hopefully feed a family of 4 a salad at least 5 days a week.
All right, and then passing it off to Jen for the last question.
Awesome. I have more of a comment than a question or an offer. when I was in Atlanta, I did a lot of work with a number of startups that were in this space. One has one of the kind of countertop versions that you could actually get on Amazon today. It is very much herbs and lettuce, and that's it. But a pretty cool company. And then with that company, we connected them to Georgia Power. And we did some pilot programs where I used Georgia Power lighting in containers, shipping containers in Southwest Georgia to Southwest Atlanta, some of the poorer neighborhoods in Atlanta, to actually solve some food desert issues. So if you want some help pursuing that, I'd be willing to help you connect to Georgia Power and maybe do something there. So let me know, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Well, you guys did amazing. And I don't know if you guys saw the chat while you were presenting, but blowing our minds.
Thank you.
Yes, awesome. And we will put you guys back to attendees just so we can keep it low. Okay, now for our next.
The bar is set high.
Yeah.
Like,
if that was the first two, I mean,
up.
I wonder what's next.
All right, well.
This is
Fable.
Fable.
Who could it be?
Oh my gosh.
And deep breath.
Penguins on the Prowl. Oh, I love the team name, first of all.
I love the illustration.
So cute. All right, well, Penguins on the Prowl. Can't wait to see you guys. Okay. We're just seeing you guys filter in now.
Hello,
hey.
hello.
Hi.
Awesome. We're getting some more of your teammates in here. Takes a couple seconds.
One of them just texted saying she wasn't able to join. She's not.
Okay.
Yep, she's on.
No worries.
We'll give a little round of applause for her.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
Hey.
Hello.
Yes. Okay. Is this everybody?
Yes.
Awesome. All right. Y'all have 4 minutes once you start your presentation, and take it away.
Awesome. So good afternoon, everyone. We're Penguins on the Prowl, and welcome to our presentation. We wanted to design a solution for a problem that was personal to our team. And we're 5 people who've spent the last 2 years at home, surrounded by family, and then suddenly we were dropped into an entirely new place in the middle of a pandemic, and we had to figure out everything by ourselves. And the cultural differences did not help one bit. So this got us thinking, is this the story of only the 5 of us, or does everybody relate to it? And it turned out that yes, 75% of them, like us, found the move-in process difficult and stressful. Many of them said things like they didn't know anybody, they wish they had someone to show them the ropes, they were unsure where they could avail services. So students felt anxious, lost, stressed, scared, and confused. So seeing all of this, where do we go from here? In other words, how might we solve for the stress that students face while moving to a new place in an economical manner? And to answer these questions, we present to you a little story.
Meet Sam. We've all been in her place of having so many assignments to complete that sometimes we might have forgotten to cook or stock up on our groceries, right? Relatable? On the other hand, May is a new student in town, and she's a lot more prepared today. Except she isn't always quite rain ready for her commute to class. Ordering food or booking a cab isn't all that great an option because either of them, let's face it, they have student budgets and they are tight. And that can lead to a great deal of disappointment. To solve this problem, we present to you Homey, one step closer to feeling at home. Homey allows Sam and May to exchange services that come easy to them for absolutely no additional cost. Our app ties up with universities to help it use, within the individual student and alumni body. And this enables students to form a community, sometimes even before landing on new soil. It works on a barter model where tasks are repaid with counter tasks. For instance, Sam and May exchanged cooking and driving as services with each other. To encourage accountability, the app would reward credit points upon completion of these tasks. The credit system is put in place mainly for new students who may not have had that much time to get settled, so they probably don't have that much to exchange as yet. So the system works because there's a constant inflow of new students coming in every single quarter or semester. So Homie is our simple solution for a stress-free student life. To summarize, Homie is built on the principles of extending assistance and building a community in a safe and economical manner.
This app's safety feature, which is extremely important, is something that requires full participation of our partner universities. So we confirmed just that. Key decision makers from the SCAD security team weighed in on the value of such a model that ensures a safe service to their students, especially the off-campus ones. Another thing we heard was how being from the same university makes us more accountable for our interactions with each other. We would love to hear how you perceive our idea to be, and thank you so much for listening to us. And here is our business model.
Awesome.
I think I watched your 30-second video and loved it. Loved it. All right. So we will pass it over to the judges. Who wants to kick it off with the first question? Fonz.
Good job, good job. So the part that I'm a little confused on is, are you going to sell this to each university so you could potentially have thousands and thousands of customers? Are you going to in-app purchases? Like, where's the revenue going to come from with this?
We were looking at a university subscription model where each university would purchase it as a subscription so that they have it specifically for their university community with students, and this wouldn't be something that overlaps. And additionally, we were also looking at potentially deep linking the app later on with community app ecosystems that they have, because there are some universities that insist on having every app that they use within their ecosystem. For example, even at SCAD, we have MySCAD that ties together other applications. So we're also looking at that. So that would be a potential like futuristic thing that would take the app further.
Awesome. Chris, off to you.
Yeah, very, very similar question to Fonz. I'm wondering about the business model, but also how scalable it is. And if you envision that it goes beyond university at some point. And then I also wanted to just understand a little bit more about the bartering system and how you moderate that and kind of build structure into that so it doesn't get out of control and it works the way that you intend.
I can quickly take the first part of your question, and Harshita can field the second part. So in terms of scalability, we did want to keep it to universities because, I mean, we felt that on some level it was something really personal, and we felt that there's tremendous scope. Right now, most of what we were looking at was universities in the US, but as people from India, we also know the experience is entirely different over there. So it would be an entirely different model in different countries. So, I mean, even that is tremendous amounts of scalability that we could do. And I'll pass it on to Ashita for the next part of the question.
Would you be able to repeat your second part? It was a long question.
Yeah, it was really around the barter process. Like how do you guys envision that actually working from an implementation and a community management point of view?
Okay, so initially when we were thinking of barter is something that we've been using for a while now, right? It was the first exchange of how, there was no currency. That was your currency in the beginning. What we realized was that, sometimes I may not have exactly what the other person requires. So initially, to begin with, we can start with the credit system because, say, as a new student, I may not have much to offer. So a new student probably, upon downloading the app, would have 20 points given to them. And they can avail it. And then when they give out services, maybe at a later stage, I could collect points as and when I go on. So it would be a credit point system. And then alternatively, even a bargain. So it could be like an either or situation wherein you could either bargain at the point, or have a credit system that you keep building on the app. Does that make sense?
Thank you.
All right. We also have a question from our Judge Dean. He's working with some technical difficulties right now, but his question is, what is the competitive landscape?
So hold on, I can pull that up. Yep, so we did look at a bunch of competitors right now. What we're offering is facilitating a service and an exchange of services, and that's not something that does exist out there. There are brands like Unidays and Facebook Marketplace if you want to buy something or just put out an offer for a product, or it's mostly just products in those cases. And there's a lot of travel-oriented student communities that exist. So this is how we mapped our competitors at this point. We did see how community oriented they were and whether they facilitated the building of that community, and also in terms of how easy it was for people to use. Because again, you're a student that doesn't have that much money. It's something that needs to be quick, because if it's an emergency for you, you need to be able to access this community of people pretty quick. So that's how we looked at our competitors. I hope that answers the question.
Awesome. And that will be our last question for you all. Amazing, amazing presentation. Again, another round of applause.
Absolutely.
Woo! All right.
Yes, and on to the next team. How many more do we have left?
2.
Everybody else, it's getting down. Let's see who's next. All right. Drum roll. Team Beehind.
Yes. Creative name. Creative name. Yay. All right, raise your hands.
We'll get you right in.
Super cute illustration.
I was just about to say, I love the world. Perfect. Relive, what's up? Let us know if your team's here.
Ooh, yes. Let's see. Do you see Retta?
I don't see Retta.
I don't see our last one. There she is. Okay.
Yay. All right. Timer starts when you guys do.
Awesome. Are you sharing your screen?
Yep.
Perfect. Okay. You're planted in your living room. Mountains of receipts, bills, and paperwork piled around you. You're on hour 3 of Googling frequently asked questions about how to fill out your 1099s, all the while just hoping everything was done right. You've got to stay out of the IRS's eye line, and April 18th, tax day, is looming right above you. It's safe to say that you are stressed. The visa application process evokes the same feeling of stress. Not all of us have experienced the hardship of applying for a visa, but we can empathize, as we've all certainly felt the anxiety that April tax filing brings. For an estimated 230,000 international students entering the work field, there's a dark cloud of paperwork over each of their heads. The visa application process for international students working in the United States is complex and quite literally holds the power to change their lives. In this competition, we were asked, where do we go from here? But we would like to make an addition. Instead, we asked ourselves, where do we go from here if they're not here? 18% of SCAD's student body is international students. But beyond that, they are our friends, our coworkers, and our competition pushing us forward to design a better world. When we lose international students, we lose an abundance of possibilities. From potential cures to new technology, we lose their minds and we lose their spirits. While international students only make up 5% of the US student population, those students are 50% of all master's and doctoral STEM graduates. One way that international workers are added to the economy from 2018 to 2019 was through $40 billion in revenue. In firms with higher diversity, diversity drives innovation. In case you missed the point, they contribute quite a lot. Through participant interviews, we've identified issues within the visa application process, including a lack of structure. Resources are scattered throughout websites, making them difficult to find. With one simple mistake, students have lost multitudes of opportunities. The confusing terminology certainly took us a while to understand. And with the likelihood of English being a second language, there's an entirely new layer of frustration involved. The weight of these applications create a sense of anxiety for students that we hope to relieve.
Thanks, Piper. With all of those pain points in mind, I'd like to introduce to you Tau. Tau directly translates to for you in Lithuanian, a tribute to our teammate Retta, who's an international student herself. Having endured some of these struggles, she's opened our eyes to how stressful the process can be. This inspired us to create a streamlined task management app that helps users compile and simplify the entire visa application process, outlining it in detail to ensure ease and simplicity. Through organization and machine learning, Tau can help users stay on top of important dates, forms, and payments. After creating numerous user flows, we settled on the one that would best support our business model. Creating the user flow was crucial in ensuring users successfully reach their desired outcome quickly and efficiently. Wireframing helps solidify the user's plan, laying out the path for how users would find their way through the process. That process begins with a simple questionnaire that will later help determine visa eligibility. In this case, the user is eligible for optical practical training based on the answers provided earlier. The user is then given basic information regarding the visa, such as its duration, requirements, and processing time. Throughout the process, users are congratulated and reassured each step of the way with animations and sounds, making the experience that much more enjoyable. The users will then be introduced to the requirements of applying in their respective visa, as well as a task management system that will lead them through fulfilling those tasks. Simply put, this app is made for you. The international student that's going through the frustrating process of immigrating to a new country, from the homepage that includes upcoming urgent tasks, to scanning in your documents to keep them organized and safe, to the beautifully designed pathway in the task management system. Tal will be right by your side along the way, helping you successfully apply for a work visa. With all that being said, let's talk about our business model. There are 1 million international students in the United States today, all considering the idea of applying for a work visa. Having already discussed our problem and solution, I'd like to introduce our value proposition. TAL minimizes stress and uncertainty during the application process, valuing the life-changing opportunity every international student has when applying for a work visa. Our unfair advantage is that we're filling a gap in the market, paving the way for a new type of service that involves pain points for international students going through the already grueling process of immigrating. Thank you.
Wow.
Wow. Like I turned to Amadeus and I was like, I just got like full body chills.
Yes.
That was incredible. And if you haven't checked out the chat yet, definitely do that.
Yes, you guys deserve all the love that you're getting.
Yes.
So it looks like we got a couple of questions in from
all right.
Farai, yeah, take it away first.
Yeah, this is, and thank you for tackling this problem. I'm an immigrant myself. I've lived in like 5 different countries, and so I totally vibe with this and then the complexity of it. I had 2 questions. One is around, I didn't get clarity on who's paying for what in this process. So I'd like to get a steer on that. And then secondly is around trust. The visa process changes and there's got a whole bunch of loopholes. How do you ensure that I can trust what you're offering versus what somebody else on the web or wherever might be offering?
Well, so we have a one-time payment plan. Our idea is to have a one-time payment plan, $25 one-time fee when you're applying for your visa. And that will guide you through each requirement that you need to fulfill to apply for that visa correctly. And using machine learning, we're hoping that process will be completely streamlined so that you don't make any mistakes in applying, because we know one mistake could cost you the whole process. And part of our plan, our cost structure involves hiring immigration lawyers. And we would love for them to be part of our support team, where you can send messages to either, well, your friends, if your friends are going through the process, you can always connect with them through the app who are also going through the process. And we'd also love to have maybe a 24/7 support channel for the consumers.
Yeah, and we plan on constantly updating this to keep it updated with the new and evolving plans for each visa process. And so with that, we can hope that it'll be the most accurate way to find things. Because I know when we were looking online, there's lots of different articles. You don't know if that articles tend to not update. It seems to be posted and then it's left up there and you can go back to it. This one, you can go back to the same place and still find the constant new things.
Hey, well done. Yeah, Canadian, only been here for 7 years, so I don't think this is just a student issue. My family and I went through extreme head trauma. You can imagine what was happening 7 years ago. And my last name's Irani, so I don't need to get into all that. But what I can say is that, is there a reason that you picked just students? And I don't know if the process is different for Xerxes versus student, but I'd love to hear some of that, because I don't know if it would be that much different that you wouldn't be able to just simply diversify to anyone that needed this.
Sure. So
yeah,
actually,
oh, sorry, Piper. I was gonna take on that question, since like it's very personal to me as well, being from Europe and applying for the visa. So as a student, you don't get the resources perhaps of an immigration lawyer. Those are they can be so expensive, right? And I mean, you do get career services, but they still rely on you to do a lot of the tasks. So with being like perhaps applying for a work visa, you have a company perhaps that's also helping you out too, since they have gone through the process. We see a huge lack in help with international students going from a student to working as a senior into the job, that's the difference between. So we are starting here, but that can expand as we go, and we're super excited about that opportunity.
Yeah,
Yes, that was, yeah, that I was going to touch on is this, that we're starting with the student visa, but we're hoping to expand it, see how it goes with someone that we can relate to, and we are students, so knowing that level and then growing from there.
Yeah, because even as a grown-ass man, it was very, very difficult with the help of a little bit of lawyer help. But yeah, so amazing idea. So yeah, I wanted it to be for everyone. So yeah, let's do that quick.
Numerous different avenues. This have to go in some different places.
Yeah, we've been playing around with marriage visas and work visas as well, so they stand anywhere. Yeah,
That's amazing. Well done.
thank you.
All right, guys, we have time for one more quick question. Lance or Fonz, if you guys want to just head up.
I'll let Lance go. You're on mute, Lance.
You're on mute.
I bet you're regretting you let me go. I love the idea, having lived overseas a lot myself. The 50% of master's students being from overseas is really an interesting stat, and it made me wonder, obviously you thought about their needs for filling out all these forms and stuff. Did you also brainstorm any other needs? I mean, that's like a huge thing about the US, that we have so many people from outside who are going to masters and then potentially staying on to work and live in America. What does that mean in general, or a bigger perspective?
So I didn't quite understand the question. I apologize.
Well, I mean, so that so many people, that 50% of our master's students are from overseas. What does that say about America?
Well, I think that
we look at, oh, sorry. Yes, go ahead.
Go ahead, Rhoda, go ahead.
Well, I think so. The place where we see the most international students studying in is STEM. And so, because STEM majors get a longer period of time of staying. And so that's where all the masters and PhDs come in, is the STEM students. And we get a lot of that influx here as well into the US, because they stay here and they work here. So it's very relevant there.
Sorry, I have another point to bring up about that. I know it seems like that might be taking away from what we're doing, what students in the US are capable of, or what they're doing. But another stat we have here is that a 1% increase in the foreign STEM workers' wage in the US equals an 8% increase in native STEM wages. So having 50% of our graduates be foreigners doesn't really take away from anything that the US students are.
It kind of pushes us forward as a collective.
And this country was built on immigrants.
All right. I'm sure we could keep talking about this forever, but we do have one more team.
Yes, and I know you guys are all waiting to see who that last team is.
But another round of applause for
Yes.
y'all.
And you guys should definitely also scroll through the chat. You know, it was absolutely insane, the amount of support y'all get.
Awesome.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Perfect. So, excellent. So next up is the last team.
All right, who's it gonna be? All right, and just to preface, if this is not your team, still stay in the Zoom call, because we have more prizes that we're giving away. And if you're not here, you can't get those prizes.
That's true. We have both the fan favorite and the MVP prize to give away.
And we have some very, very important information if you're looking for potential portfolio reviews or internships. So stick around until the end, but we don't want to put this off any further. So the last team, Checkmate.
Woo! Yes. All right, team, get ready to present. Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, Mick.
Hello,
Perfect.
hello.
We're still waiting on my team number.
Yep.
For sure. Yep.
Perfect. Awesome. Is it just the two of y'all?
No, we have one more member
Three.
joining us. Right, so we're ready.
Okay,
All right,
perfect.
all right.
Once you guys start, we'll start the timer.
Just a moment. And yes. So hi, everyone. We're Team Checkmate, and we're here to solve a problem that everyone faces on a daily basis from the start of their day throughout. So like you see, that's the first thing I wake up to. Majority of my time is spent on this. Yes, I have more than one of these. I got it when I was 13. What are we talking about? We are talking about emails. Would you have expected that? No. And why is it a problem? Mainly because excessive emails hinder to individuals' productivity and are a growing concern to the environment. And why is it a problem that we want to solve? That's because on an average, we spend around 5 hours per day checking our emails, being working professionals and students, and that's a lot of time. And it's not only at a human level, but on a global environmental level also, storing these mails has been increasing a lot of cloud computing, resulting to carbon emissions. Like almost every year, we're letting out 80 million tons of carbon emissions, right? So that's a huge problem that we would wish to tackle. And how are we doing this? We have a plugin to offer. This is Filter. This is something, yes, we are designing a plugin that the main two objectives would be to optimize your email, because we are trying to make your process a lot more faster, easier, and also decrease your carbon footprints, because come on, they just mentioned how you guys got 5,000 emails. That's almost equal to 20 kgs of carbon emissions that you guys let out in this entire process, right? So moving forward, how are we doing this? We are going to summarize your emails for you. Right when you open your inbox every day, you would see around 40 emails that's just piled up. And what we are doing is we're going to summarize it for you. We have something called time sensitive elimination. We have easy decluttering, and we have voice recognition. So now going forward in detail, summary mode. Basically, using AI, we are going to summarize your emails, and within less than 10 words, your content is right in front of you. So you know which one to focus upon, you know what email you need to open to cater to, and we're trying to reduce the click rates and make it a lot more faster. Moving forward, we also have time sensitive eliminations. Now, we're always getting these promotional discounts. We always have these verification codes. We have newsletters, and after some point, they don't hold any value. I mean, verification codes don't hold any value even after 3 minutes. And very few of us tend to delete it. So we have a time sensitive elimination with a timer right there. So you know in how long your email is going to get deleted already. And in case you'd like to keep, you still have that option. So half of your clutter is just going away right through this feature. Forwarding, we have declutter made easy. So we are going to have an entire panel that shows you, that has a summarized data on the number of subscription emails that you keep getting, and how much storage that's taking up, how much carbon emissions you could save up. And also, like I mentioned, most of us have our emails from over 10 years, and there are so many emails that we don't even cater to. So we have these small reminder boxes that show you, these are the emails that if you'd like to just delete in one go, there you go. You can do that right away. And we have other small features like voice recognition. So you could just have your email dictated and get done with it ASAP. Through our survey, we also found out how a majority of our emails are just like, yes, I've acknowledged it. Yes, thank you. So we're trying to eliminate these processes by just having reactions. So once you react, yes, you're done. We're saving your time in terms of like sending additional emails, and we're also saving up and inbox storage by wasting it on one-word emailers. And then we have motivator enablers, like right when you delete it, we'll let you know how much carbon emissions you've saved. And that's like, yeah, good job. Like it's quite a cute motivator, and you know that, okay, you're doing something towards the environment. So this is going to be your interface. Once you have this plugin infused to your inbox, this is how you're going to showcase how your inbox will be showcased, all your important priority mails, everything summarized right in front of you. Any call to action that you have to take is right there. You can even join your link right away. And on the other side, you have your time sensitive emails, knowing that, okay, if you're not going to register for the workshop, it will disappear once the workshop deadline is done. So we are decluttering halfway just like that through time sensitive elimination. And then this is what our filter summarization would be, because we're trying to let you know in these many weeks, and in a week, these many emails come in, and do you really want these coming in or not? And do you want to keep these high, heavy attachment emails from the past? So you just unsubscribe in just one click. And coming to our business model, our proposed audience would be working professionals and students because they're quite heavy users on a daily basis. And we would like to invite them, we would like to have an invite-based launch, because right now we're trying to find out how it's efficient, and a potential plan is to pitch the plugin to various email giants like Gmail or AOL or Yahoo, and they can infuse it because they're going to save a lot of data storage, and that's going to save up on their energy that they spend on data storing, cloud computing. And our revenue would be through, we are going to have a freemium model where some
Right.
features like...
Unfortunately, we do have to cut you off because we're a
Sure.
little over 4 minutes now,
Sure.
but we can
We're
utilize
done.
4 minutes to answer any questions, and that might relate into the end tail of your presentation.
Sure, we're sort of done, so let me know.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
All right.
Perfect. Who wants to go for the questions? Go ahead, Fawn.
So you didn't get a chance to talk about this, but what are you thinking for the premium features? What would that add that the freemium version didn't have?
So in our premium features, we're trying to, most of us have more than 2 inboxes. It's personal work. So through your freemium, you can merge both your inboxes, have it for both. You can also link your phone to it. Right now, the apps, we usually have apps, there's no plugin for any of your inbox efficiency. So this, you can have it on your app plus your desktop, and those smaller reactions, the voice responsive, all of that would come under your premium model.
Awesome. Go ahead, Chris. Yeah.
I love the problem. It's something that certainly we can all relate to. And some of the fun features like measuring and stats, I think are really compelling versus what we have today with like clutter and spam and things like that in existing email clients. My question is, I wanted to understand a little bit more because I think it's really compelling around the connection to the environment, which I think in today's day and age is a really compelling reason why. For me, it's the computing power of generating all the crap that we get in our inbox. How do you actually manage that? This feels more like on the back end, managing it once the client gets it versus actually dealing with the real computing power problem.
Right now, that's what our main feature was, a time-sensitive elimination. If you see in your inbox, 50% of it would be promotional emails and your order updates or your newsletters. All of that, when we are offering you the automated elimination, right after 1 month of it, probably when it expires, it's out of your inbox. So it's not getting stored anywhere. And that itself is going to save up on a lot of data, like the backend storing, which saves up on energy. So the carbon emission let out is reduced. And then we're also promoting reaction-based responses. So you're not sending out an additional mail just to say thank you or I've acknowledged it.
I guess I'll talk if I'm not muted again. Question. So the world's actually heading in a chat direction in terms of some cultures, like China, don't even use emails anymore. How does your idea address that challenge where people are like in Slack and they have a gazillion Slacks going on or whatnot? Is there a chat oriented model that you can use to eliminate the noise that we all experience?
Like we said, we're a plugin, so we are infusing it into your email boxes, and most of the email giants already have the chat feature, and that's something that we did not want to like redo it, because chats are, and all of that is also very phone app based, and we're trying to focus on the browsers right now. And we're talking more in terms of student workspace and organizations, which are primarily working off emails.
Well, thank you guys so much. I know we definitely, Farai, do you want to add in just real quick before we close out there?
Yeah, thanks. I just had one quick question. When we talk about it being a plugin, so if I'm logging into my Gmail, am I also seeing this at the same time, or am I coming this instead of going to my Gmail?
We're proposing to change your user interface by adding 2 more sections, like our like the filter part of it, the entire summarization, and the declutter part of it, where you can see what you're unsubscribing and subscribing to.
So those are added to my Gmail.
Yes.
Gotcha.
So we basically tend to like merge your existing email section and change the interface by categorizing it and making it more powerful. So we give the power to you to be able to like delete things that are unwanted and to, you know, maximize and reach your aim of inbox zero.
Thank you.
All right. Woo! We didn't get to praise you after your presentation, but like with our 5,000 emails, we could probably use this.
Yeah, absolutely.
And again, check out the chat. Everyone's like, yes, please.
So as you guys can see, a lot of amazing ideas are in order. And, you know, I think it's almost time for our judges to deliberate.
Yeah.
So judges, we have a link that's being sent out by our main man, Andrew Goodrich. So if you could go ahead and join that link while we entertain the rest of you as they deliver. Okay, so we got the results. The results are in. Whew. And again, you know, we have to thank our fabulous visual team for the quick work that this took.
All right.
I think we're ready. I think we are.
All right. So
for third place.
All right. Can we get a drum roll, please? Woo! All right, breathing. And ready? Three, two, one.
Behind! Oh,
oh my gosh.
Thank you. Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you so much. Incredible. Like starting with 93 teams and you're number 3.
That is worth noting. Absolutely incredible project and has been seen. Yes, judges, we would love to hear why you chose number 3.
Yeah, first of all, take my money. If it's $25, I'll give you 100. Please just help others as well. Yeah, so we loved it. We thought that it was not only addressing a problem. Obviously, if you looked at the chat, you knew your audience, and you definitely talked to at least you know, half the judges with personal situations that dealt with this. So well done there. Explaining it clearly. There was a few kind of like suggestions, maybe partner with government, potentially make it stronger, make it more trustworthy, so to speak. And then maybe figuring out, to my point, how to make it wider, right? So I love the idea also of becoming the place over time where you can get help with this. And so people that haven't gone through this process don't understand that the links that you go to sometimes are out of date, and that this could be the place where, even from a government perspective or other partners perspective, or even just getting married perspective, you could figure out how to do this step by step and clearly help. So A+, well done, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Absolutely. It's incredible to hear, and I'm sure you guys are pumped to get an award. Well,
should we move to second?
I think it's time.
All right.
All right, guys, in second place.
All right, Amadeus, you got this one.
I don't know if I can click the button. I'm a little too shaky. All right, guys, here we go. Drum roll, you know. Paragoros. Yes.
Yay. How are y'all feeling right now? Second place.
Unmute, let us hear.
Oh, you're muted.
Yeah. Feels great. Yeah, it's very awesome.
Yes, judges, we'd love to hear your input and your thoughts into this decision.
Fabulous idea. Congratulations, team. We thought the project was thoughtful, innovative, effective, caring, impactful, scalable, and it's a major problem that this country is facing, but not just for homelessness. You don't have to be homeless to need quality shoes. And I think you did a really good job of tying in. We think you did a really good job of also tying in the orthopedic side to it. So congratulations. I would definitely support this business because I want to see the results of it. I would love to know that every pair that I purchase helps somebody else.
Word. And to add to that, I'm from Zimbabwe originally, And I was thinking that this isn't, beyond North America. There is the rest of the world where this is a challenge. And it's not just for folks who are homeless. It's folks who may have homes, but just not have access, or kids who can't get new pairs of shoes every season and they need them to grow with them. All those opportunities I could see, your product being able to solve in a meaningful way. So congrats on that. Yeah, I'd love to see something like this happen.
Yes,
Thank
keep running with this.
Yes.
It doesn't end here.
I mean, getting appreciated from people like this means a lot. So absolutely take this wherever you want. Like you could run full throttle with this.
All right.
Well, I wonder, fan favorite. So as you guys all know, before we get to first place, we have to admit that, the videos that we posted today were crazy cool. We had such an amazing array of just like incredible teams, incredible projects. The video on top of, a slide deck and a pitch, that's crazy.
That's a lot of work.
Yeah,
And
absolutely. So this is a really important prize.
yes, and remember, you get the $250 per teammate and some awesome portfolio reviews.
Yeah.
Again, building those connections. All right. So
Yes.
we want a little
Drum roll.
air drum roll before we get to first place. Fan favorite is Fab Five.
Yes. I know you guys are probably in the attendees, but oh, you can promote it. Yes,
all right.
we'd love to hear your reactions.
We are promoting you.
Yes, congratulations to this team. This is huge. This is a huge win.
And you didn't even have to present. Lucky you.
Yes, now that's incredible. I will say, I'm going to be looking at your video after this,
Yeah.
and we will be posting it to the story, so everybody can also look at this video. Because I'm intrigued.
We had over 500 people voting for fan favorite. It was crazy.
Yeah, like I actually think it hit 600 at the end. Yeah, so 600 votes, all students. I mean, absolutely nuts, the amount of reach that you guys have gotten. So this is truly incredible. All right.
All right, I think Fab Five is here. Fab Five, do you want to tell us about it? I think you're muted.
You're still muted. Oh.
I think you are still muted.
It's okay.
Hello.
How are you guys feeling?
We are so happy, I guess.
Yay!
At the same time, we're like, what? Yeah, we weren't expecting. We were just like sitting. We were like, okay, who's gonna be first place? And we were actually having a discussion about who's gonna win. And then we weren't even expecting everything, and it just says Fab Five. And people started a little surprised. What's going on?
Well, we're very happy that you guys are also happy, and that award is pretty nice. So we'll definitely be seeing you guys again. Yeah.
So I see some requests for first place, and we have it right here.
Yeah, we have it in a little envelope, believe it or not. Andrew did a really good job of running this over right to us. So we'll have, big reveal. All right.
Amazon Prime has nothing on it.
True, very true. That's enough stalling for one day.
All right.
All right.
First place out of all of these teams.
93.
Ready?
Kingswomen!
All right.
All right, guys, unmute. Let us hear it. What's going on?
Oh my God.
This is crazy.
This is amazing.
Me and Maddie did StartUp last year when we were freshmen.
You might recognize us.
Yeah, we did. We were Wildfire, but
yes.
yeah,
Wow.
and like having the confidence from that to like go into this, and like even throughout the year, just doing classes, like from the confidence from this event, like it just makes you so much more motivated to like do better and make cool products. So
y'all are on a roll.
Yes, 2 startups in a row.
Yes.
Well, we would love the judges' input on this. What made you guys choose Kingswomen?
So much. I mean, first of all, I mean, all of the presentations are just incredible for how long for how short you have to prepare them. So incredible. And I think, with Kingswomen, the point of just hitting the mark, where do we go from here? It really nailed it. It was relatable, it was differentiated. And I think we could all see maybe a need based on the problem statement that you set up with that we didn't even know that we had before. And now we just kind of got to have it. So I'm already making space in my kitchen for one. The presentation itself, and this is, I mean, you can have the best idea in the world and that can get lost in a presentation that doesn't land it. Your presentation landed it. It was powerful. The strength of visual communication with your animation tied to the voiceover was flawless. And the depth of knowledge and kind of preparedness that you had with the Q&A and how you answered with detail was spot on. It was impressive. It was hugely impressive. So congrats.
Thank you. Shout out to Erin for that amazing CAD work.
Yes.
She's literally the best.
Yes. Awesome. I'd like to add, it's Jen here again, that just, this, the whole ability to apply this to the food desert issue really kind of hit home with me too. So love to see that passion and such a big issue globally, but also here at home in Savannah. So if you want any connections there, I'm happy to help.
Yes.
Yeah, same. I just wanted to add, if you folks need connections to get this done, I'll do whatever I can to help. So yeah.
That is so amazing.
You have hundreds of people backing you right now, and I think 100 customers in the future.
It's so true. First appliance right here.
And again,
my first buy.
If you need anyone's emails or any connections, reach out to Jen, reach out to the judges, reach out to us, and we will get you where you want to go.
And judges, we have their emails, we have their portfolios, so feel free to ask for their info and we can connect y'all.
Yes.
Perfect. Well, there is one prize that we have not mentioned yet.
Yes.
And that is the big kicker, the MVP award.
Yes.
So we actually asked Josh Lynn, are you here? We asked Josh.
I am, yeah. Hey.
Yeah. Perfect. Well, we know it's a really big prompt. We opened it to the entire startup team community. Over 70 people submitted their videos. A lot of people made us laugh, made us cry, lots of chills, lots of stories.
And not just Ahmed Grace and I, we had professors, we had SCAD Pro representatives all watching these, and a common phrase was just, wow. You all took our breath away. Seriously, I don't think there was one that I wasn't hit by.
Absolutely.
But yeah, we would love to hand it off to Josh to present this fantastic award.
Yeah.
Well, thank you to both Laura and Amadeus. And I know this goes without saying, but I'm so proud of you two. Can you all, everyone who participated, everyone who had a great experience, can you shower them with some words of support and positivity and just how you felt, what this meant to you? Because I don't think that many people got to see the hard work and all of the hours and late nights and early mornings and changes in the plans that they had to go through. And I was so proud to be a part of it and to see them navigate that in order to give an experience to all of you. And they had set goals for everything that they wanted to accomplish, and not only did they meet them, they exceeded them. And so seeing all of the people on this call right now is really inspiring and exciting. And part of what I also find inspiring is how much they want to make sure that you, as their classmates and colleagues and friends and associates, have a chance to really express yourselves and really be recognized and be seen. And so this passion award was something new. And they said, this is what we're going to do. We really want to see what people are passionate about. We want to support them in their passions. We want to hear people's stories. And you all delivered on top of doing something really challenging, coming up with a business idea, building that out, visualizing it. Many of you also shared some of your passion with the group. And if any of you know me, you know I never do anything by myself. And so I didn't decide anything, actually. I just got a group of people together and we were touched. And so Xerxes and Fonz, if you can come on, there's many more people that had something to say about this, but we chose two, okay? And this does not mean that these were the two that mattered. These were just the two that we picked. And so all 70 of these, good for you to say what you're passionate about. Good for you to say what you care about and what you're going to pursue. And I honestly think the times that I've lost in competitions were the ones that drove me more to actually do what I said I was going to do. When you win, you're kind of like, all right, that was that. But when you don't, that's the fire that you need sometimes to really push yourself forward. And so all of you, whether you won any of the awards that were just announced, whether you're about to hear your name here in these next two, that matters, but it doesn't really matter. So take it with a grain of salt, but we have two that we are very proud to announce as winners of the Passion Video Award. Is there a slide for this?
No, there isn't. So just go ahead.
Oh boy.
Yes.
I don't even know how to say who won then. I mean, do you have this information for us?
Yes.
Right,
yes.
I'll read what you wrote in the submission line. So one of the awards, this is the way you named your file. So one of the two awards goes to Jake Acker, Passion for Passions 2022 Startup, Jacob Acker. I'm not saying your name right, I know, but Jacob, if you're here, can you send a message, and we'd love to promote you and have you come in here and say a few words. While we're finding you, Jake, I'm going to announce and go ahead and say the second recipient, and this is just what you named your file. So the second recipient is Practice Gives Birth to Art, L. Greg. So if that person can come on as well, we would love to have both of you jump on and hear some of your inspiration that went into this. And I'll tell you, these were awesome. I hope that you all get to see these either now or in the future, because they were special. So Fonz and Xerxes, while we're finding them, anything you want to say about Jake or our second recipient?
Yeah, sure, I can go first. Both of the videos was amazing. The second one that you just said, the story was so well put together. The video was beautiful. I didn't know where it was going when it started, but I love the ending of it. It was so well put together, and I'm actually learning a second language right now, so it was inspiring to see that. And then the second, Jake, I mean, your passion for design and innovation and being creative, it just screamed from the video, from you realizing that even though you want to snowboard, but you weren't in a place that had snow, you built a snowboard ramp in a backyard. That's the type of drive and hunger I like to see from people. So congratulations. We were all very, very impressed.
Yeah, and Fonz nailed it. But at the same time, I think that it's about the fact that human beings don't have the same path. And I think we get into school, we get to a place, we get a job, and we just assume that everyone goes in this line, and that's what perfection looks like. And the fact of the matter is that the more diverse your existence is, and the struggles that you have, as Josh just mentioned, and the fact that you're willing to grit it out and do the things that you did. And a lot of the videos we watched had this in them, right? There was a lot of second and thirds and ties in there. And so just know that your path is your path, and it's wonderful, and be okay with it, and use the shit out of that path, because that's what makes you you. And so the more that you can talk about those things that actually make you different, say them, talk about them, right? Use them. And I think that's why this award, for me, is the most wonderful, is because it's truly about following that. The people that have the best time in life follow their passion. That's just all there is to it. And their job isn't work. So yeah, love what you do and align yourself with the people that do it as well. Well done,
Jake,
everyone.
I see you on here.
I'm super proud. Yeah.
Come off mute, Jake. We want to hear from you.
Yeah.
Wait, you're on mute still. So but click yourself on, and we'd love to hear from you.
Oh, hey, I thank you so much. It means so much for me. Like I said in the video, I'm so thankful for all the opportunities that I get to pursue my passions, and this event, StartUp, has been no exception. It's been great, and I look forward to next year.
Love it. I don't know if we have capabilities of doing this. Are we sharing the video now or later or
We can
never?
totally post it on Instagram. We just didn't want to reveal the secret prize before by asking for permission.
And
so.
if either of you don't want us to post it on Instagram or post it anywhere, that's no problem. Just let us know. But we, of course, do want to share your stories. We think they were incredible. And Elle, I would love to hear a little bit about your passions and what drove you to submit your incredibly artistic video.
So I'm literally like shaking right now because I was not expecting that. I took a screenshot of when it said like join as a panelist because I was like, oh my God. But to everyone, my passion was learning Dutch, and the weird and insane journey that it's taken me on in my life and where it will take me next. So I'm just happy to know that now I can add to my story. It's taking me here too. So it continues to take me places. But yeah.
Oh my gosh. So you have answered the question, where do we go from here? You're going forward. You know, we're all going forward together.
Yes.
Laura and Amadeus, can you remind them what they won with that?
$4,000 each.
Yes.
Like,
that's a lot of Wendy's.
That's a lot of money.
Yes. And with that money, we want you to follow your passions. Put it towards your passions. Put it towards something you love to do.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
All right.
Thank you guys so much.
Of course. Yes. All right.
Yes.
So we had a little drum roll. We just forgot the slide. But yay. Okay. But wrapping this up.
Really quick wrap up, by the way. I know you guys, we've kept most of your time. We held you guys to this for so long. So let's just wrap this up real quick.
All right.
Like we said before, we do have that super big opportunity with Annalise. So please email Laura if you're interested. Very quick, very brief, portfolio review, So
yes.
Email. And
yes, so here's Annalise, send us an email.
And then finally, don't miss out on t-shirts. I know I've been wearing mine all day, so it's smelly and gross. However, we are handing these out at Forsyth in front of Ruskin. Take your picture with us, meet us in person, give us a little fist bump, and head out, get your swag, You got to rep startup when you do it. You guys made it through the week, you deserve a prize. So meet us at Forsyth, right outside of Ruskin. We'll be there for the next hour and a half or so.
Yes. All right. Yeah. Awesome. Cool shirts.
Yes.
Cool bags.
Very cool.
Cool stuff. All right. Most importantly, we all asked you the question, where do we go from here? And I think the common found answer is forward. Again, we move forward together. So from the bottom of our hearts, through the Zoom screen, into your hearts, we thank you all for an amazing Startup 2022, and we are excited where you go from here.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you guys so much. It literally would not be a thing without you. So please let us know. We'd love to see you, take a picture with you.
Yes. And if you need anything from us, we're an email away.
As you know.
So.
Peace out, y'all. See y'all.